Hey everyone, Chuck again here. On this video, we're going to continue looking at, well, actually not continue, but step into the area of risk management, but looking at it from a project and portfolio performance or management perspective. Like always, this is an opinion piece. We're not using any ASCM PowerPoints in the process, not sanctioned by ASCM in any way. It's an opinion piece as well as a way for me to practice for the exams, as well as by sharing it, giving you a chance to practice towards the exams also from maybe a little bit different way of doing our studying here. So let's kind of dive in here and think about this. When we talk about risk management, we're looking at it from a perspective of making sure that risk management occurs at all levels. So strategic, tactical, day-to-day operational. And they all should hang together here. So it should also be performed if we're doing good governance. It should be performed for the overall portfolio or program level, as well as at the individual project level. And, at the oversight, I guess, or providing oversight, when we get down to the processes and how we're going to do our work, we should be assessing risk on all of those. Yeah, from an objective standpoint, we're trying to make sure that the transformation is, accepting a level of risk that makes sense for our tolerance level as a company. And benefit should be looked at over short, medium, and long term. I think you could make the argument, at least my perception is that, risk management on an overall portfolio being the grouping of projects under one major product heading, so that risk management at a portfolio level is probably very similar to individual risk management. We've still got to identify risk owners, risk processes, then assess probability, impact, severity, urgency, possibility. We will, miss seeing the risk coming, and then for each of those, prioritizing them, determining our responses. But we should also not forget that at higher levels of risk and risk management, portfolio as a whole, there should be a strong focus on risk tolerance management. So managing folks' tolerance for risk, not letting it get too shy to try something, but not getting too much hubris that we delude ourselves into thinking we can do everything. So finding that balance at the same time too. We should also make sure that as we're looking on this, we're balancing the risk, we're balancing the investment of risk resources. We're also considering our maturity level, and as we get more mature, can we handle more risk? The manager of the portfolio, from a risk management perspective, is also concerned with he or she getting timely information, accurate information around risk from projects, no sugarcoating, and making sure that we're compiling it to see if there's any risk trends or possible patterns occurring across multiple projects. So we're looking to see what we might see for trends and exceptions popping up in the process. This risk also, we need to make sure that we're always keeping the ultimate goal on, from a governance standpoint, what's the risk and probability of failure versus success? And that can come from unrealistic strategies, lack of enough resource investment, lack of consistency, changing too quickly. These could all have significant impacts on risk as well. From an execution standpoint, it could be a failure of change management, could be a failure of integrating the projects, and that's something we need to watch for also. So ultimately, I would say as well is every level of management probably should receive back risk information, risk feedback, but recognizing also that feedback we received is tailored for the project, tailored for the individual, tailored for the level of the organization as well.